So we are here post Atlanta season 15 reunion with some of the brightest minds in the social media reality TV commentary space. We are giving you the one and only CJ House.
CJ.
What was your Instagram?
I am just CJ.
I thought it was like a little name that was
No,
cute.
it's not just CJ.
But yeah, I'm just CJ. Happy to have you. You guys have seen him around for a long time, most recently on a really great episode of The House of Aaron with the one and only House of Aaron. I want to, before we even say anything else, like this whole table, let's give this man a round of applause because last week he went super viral, mega viral for an interview that he did with Monyetta Shaw talking about threesomes. And those threesome clips are now all over the internet. I don't know if Aaron has ever been involved in one, but he has certainly made sure that we know that Monyetta
I'm a virgin.
have been involved in one.
We know that's a lie.
And joining us also from the House of Aaron, not only do we have CJ and the Monyetta Shaw threesomes, but we have the now famous Kiki Cupcake, one of the most virally viewed young ladies or guests that I think he's ever had. And I don't know if she's the most viral, but I'll say that she definitely is one of the most entertaining.
Boom.
Period.
Yeah, absolutely. Like your commentary was spot on. It's what we need more of. We need the Kiki Cupcake show on YouTube soon. And rounding out today's guest is the one and only bi-Latin man, not B-I-B-Y, the bi-Latin man, Anthony Planco. Anthony, welcome to your first entryway into Desactivist Speaks. You can follow Anthony on bi-Latin Men. It's a phenomenal YouTube channel. It's also a top-rated, award-winning podcast that you definitely need to check out if you haven't done so. And he has an amazing Instagram as well. We are here to talk Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 reunion and just the overall future of this entire franchise. And I want to start off opening the floor, going right to Aaron. Aaron, who won season 15's episode 1 reunion?
Season 15 reunion part 1. This was Sheree's reunion. Sheree took it home with her props, the acting. A lot of it was rehearsed reads that Anthony, the assistant, helped her out with. But I liked it.
Now, do you know that
I
for a
liked
fact?
it.
Do we know for a fact?
I know that for a fact. Yes, I do.
Anthony came through for her.
They all have their gay counterparts help them with their reads. Yes.
I agree.
And Anthony delivered
Because
the
you
good.
didn't think Sheree was printing out and using Photoshop and stuff to make she knew.
Child, that was publisher. That was Word Publisher.
That was Word Publisher.
That was her weekly reader.
And she ain't
that
do
was
it.
Old school weekly readers.
But no, Sheree, she kind of stumbles over her words, so the reads weren't as concise as I would have liked. But I felt like the first 15 minutes, I mean, she kind of took it. Like, you could tell Andy was giving them a conversation before the reunion started and was like, this was a boring-ass season. If you want to come back, I think he threatened them with a reboot. And said, if you want to come back, you better bring it. So she brought out her receipts and her props and her She by Sheree.
Yeah.
Child.
From that show.
And she did her thing.
So we heard tonight, CJ, that She by Shein Ray was not profitable. So Sheree depends on this check, like many of the young ladies they do. And she
Not
needs
after
it.
10 years.
Should,
Well,
but unfortunately, that isn't necessarily the case. Who do you feel CJ won the reunion? From what you were able to see,
Sheree.
So you agree with Sheree?
Absolutely.
You don't think it was over farming of props? Like it was just too many props. She brought out a whole bag.
I mean, there's nothing that Kenya hasn't done in the past.
Okay.
Bring out
Boom.
props.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you gotta execute.
Kenya came on her first reunion with props.
You gotta execute.
Okay, so Kiki,
Yes.
Sheree,
I feel like Sheree did her one, but Kandi was also kind of gathering the girls as well. And she had to get them in line and put them in their place, especially Drew, especially Marlo. No, she kind of got Sheree together a little bit too.
First.
She did.
Yeah.
nothing ass bitch, though.
I mean,
And a lion ass hoe.
you
These
have
are
to
your
call them like you
friends?
see them.
He wasn't giving aggressive.
They're not friends.
I don't think they're friends, and you have to
wow.
call them out.
They're
Drew
all
lies all the time.
say it again, Kiki.
Drew lies. She lies all the time.
But a lion ass hoe.
Flat liar.
Yes.
Is a flat
Well-
liar.
Well, the assistant confirmed that Drew was a liar.
On your podcast.
But I'm saying
on the review podcast,
it's
it
a
was
difference
confirmed.
between calling somebody a liar. You can call her a liar, but a lion ass hoe is like, Girl, we were never friends.
That's fine.
I think lying asshole is just like
That's a bit
it's
over-
just added
term of
to the lying.
endearment?
Yeah.
Maybe she just was
Yeah.
like, she was mad, so she just called
Drew
her.
has been kicked out of the Candy Coated Clique, child.
Was she ever in?
Drew never
part.
belonged in the Candy Colored.
Was she ever in the
only
clique?
time she was in the Candy Colored Clique was when she was buying candy coated toys. Okay,
it was
Did she
the
ever
wrong-
buy them?
It was the wrong clip.
I would think that she needs them in her backpack.
I don't think she ever bought them.
I think she would need those toys in her backpack. So Anthony, who did you say won the reunion?
Kandi absolutely won. She called 3 bitches hoes and put them in a place.
You think Candy won this reunion?
Yeah, she read Sheree for her face and her cheap ass dress.
And she by Shein.
Oh, and the She News ain't gonna make no more money than She by Sheree. And then Drew was lying then, and she's still lying on the show. She called that out, and she looked the best. So, Kandi
I
won.
believe hands down, without a question, this reunion was won by Kandi Burris Tucker. And let me tell you why. When you are on the defense and you have to handle a room full of women the way that Kandi had to handle the women tonight, she won this reunion.
Period.
Now, I think she came in, Aaron, caught off guard. I think that nobody anticipated Sheree, of all people, would bring in the props, the reads, and all that she brought and will come so hard for Kandi. But Kandi held her own against them. She lost her cool, but how could you not lose your cool when everybody's attacking you? And she did it. She handled what she had to handle, and she may have used some language that was strong, but I think that she, in my opinion, won this reunion. When you can defend yourself and hold your own, you win it.
Candy did her thing.
Sheree didn't do nothing. Nothing special.
Candy did her
Yeah.
thing, but y'all are always saying that Candy's doing all this stuff and she's yet to sit next to Andy.
She don't want to sit there.
I don't think she wants to sit next to Andy.
She doesn't
You know
want
what?
to.
That's the
Because she-
problem.
The one time she did sit next to him,
It was the hot seat.
yeah, and she really didn't even
Wait,
want to
when
sit
did
there.
she,
It doesn't
That's
matter
season
where
9.
she wants to sit. They don't get a
people-
choice on what they.
You people in the fandom, you people
Yeah.
want to make proximity to whiteness.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Andy don't need
second.
to be running up behind Andy. That's something for Sheree and people that want to beg Kim Zolciak back. The proximity to
Exactly.
whiteness.
Kenya.
Don't need-
Is it for Kenya? So it's for Kenya too.
Wait, can I ask Aaron, do you think Sheree or Drew deserve to see next to Andy?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
It belongs
so
to
does it matter?
Marlo and Candy.
Child, Marlo deserves
We are going to
nothing.
talk about why that is.
All right,
We're going
all
to
right.
take a brief break because our special guest has got the food ready. The one and the only Brian's famous soul rolls are piping hot, and I'm not going to let them get cold. So Candy did come hard, and what did she call them?
Lying ass hoes and nothing ass bitches.
And was that too harsh?
No, I don't think so.
Gotta check some people and let them know who you are.
Period.
So Candy has gotten so much social media hate this season. Do you think? I think
Has
it's only
she?
gonna make
Yes,
it
she has.
worse. You-
She has.
Yeah.
Where?
Turn up.
All over Twitter.
People have
Instagram.
been unrelentlessly hard on Candy this season, in my opinion.
As they should. You're 15 years in making $1 million check. Most people should be criticizing you. Yes.
No, but
Candy
that's not why
Burris
they
makes
was
$1 million check every year in residuals from bills. So she don't need the show or the extra that it comes with the show. She is doing America a public service.
But she chooses to be on the show. So when you are on a show like this, the hate is gonna come, the love is gonna come. Like, you're gonna get backlash regardless.
She uses it.
Sanya does
for her
nothing.
business, period.
I
I think that's why she stays on it to promote
But I don't
her
think-
business.
Literally the only reason.
I agree with that.
But I don't think the backlash was warranted this season. What did she do besides miss some events?
No.
What
she
backlash?
That's what I'm confused. Y'all
She was getting
gotta tell me.
dragged. She was getting dragged because people were calling her a liar and
People say
saying
she
that
didn't
she
work
lied.
hard
Well,
this
when she
season.
went off
She
on
don't
Courtney,
work for a
though,
check.
when she went
I don't
off on
agree with
Courtney on
that.
the first
With
season-
Courtney on the first
episode-
season.
First episode,
Yeah.
they said that she was just like a little too turned up.
Well, she was aggressive this season. She almost fought 2 people. So yeah,
And Marlo.
there's
So
a
what?
there's
Everybody's
a running
fighting
there.
her.
So what is you're the aggressive one? I think Marlo gets this narrative put on her like she's so aggressive by Drew,
And she's not.
and Marlo's
Marlo is
not.
not.
That
The
aggressive.
only thing
Kandi was the most aggressive housewife this season.
Marlo is just tall. And because she's tall and she has a stature, they automatically
And a
call
record.
her
But she also
aggressive.
lied.
Marlo?
When she said, I didn't stand over Drew and yell at her, she did.
That's true.
You literally
Right.
watched the show.
So come on.
Where Marlo Hampton, noted for slurs, walked into a hotel room and tried to break down a door with her foot.
That was so
She
wrong.
was-
that had a sick mother and her child in it.
Exactly.
Don't sit
A
here
sick
and
mother?
pretend as though Marlo Hampton is not a
No,
menace
Brooklyn was
playing
sick, not
gutter
Kenya.
snipe
Yeah,
game.
Kenya wasn't sick.
Yeah, it was Brooklyn that was sick.
That's even
That was
worse.
too
That's
much.
even
Wait, no,
worse.
Kenya was
Well,
sick.
first of all,
was sick too.
No,
okay.
Kenya was
rushed
in
to the
there.
hospital because she could not
She went to-
perform.
That was the next
at
day.
the
though.
halftime
But
show.
she wasn't sick yet.
She was probably getting that.
Marlo kicking on that lady's door was absolutely
wrong.
not.
You like
She
they
should not have done
over-exaggerated.
I
that.
think
I
Kandi
feel
was
sure.
the most aggressive this season, and then Marlo plays second place.
But what's
I
aggressive?
do.
Candy wasn't.
What
I'm
is
going. She was
aggressive?
like, the only reason why I'm crying is because I can't choke your ass
Well,
right
that's
now.
because Marlo.
Why
was-
you keep bobbing your head?
I'm getting ready to headbutt it. Like,
I'm going to
all
headbutt
that-
this bitch.
Candy don't never
But
talk
she
like
was
that.
justified in her anger at that moment when
Candy
Marlo.
hasn't. But hold on,
This-
Candy has not went off like that since Pillow Talk.
Yes.
All
Period.
I'm
She
saying is,
hasn't.
all I'm saying is, for the amount of time that people spend calling Marlo aggressive, let's spread the blame for aggressiveness around. Marlo and Kandi have both been very aggressive this season.
Candy's
And in
tongue
this
has
reunion,
been like
and
on fire.
Marlo Hampton was very well mannered at this
Well,
reunion.
Marlo became well mannered when she got her peach. She was aggressive before that,
Oh, she was.
and now
Example?
When she
we
called
don't need
those
examples
men,
before that.
when
Come on
she used
now.
the F slur in South Africa.
Right.
That was-
With her
more
parade, and then she lied about it.
Yeah.
She lied about it.
But wait, Kandi also got hate about the flowers. About
Oh,
Marlo.
okay, yeah. I remember that. I remember that.
I think Marlo in that situation got the most hate.
With the flowers?
No.
With the cousin, with
From
the
the-
nephew.
From the group?
Yes.
Yeah,
From the group?
yeah.
Yes.
But we're talking about online. Why Kandi came
Right.
ready to read. Kandi was getting read. And Kandi on her Speak On It show, she was preparing the receipts for the reunion on all of them. Because
Excellent
they
work.
all was showing that.
Excellent work. Candy did
Yes,
excellent work.
Yes. All the receipts was ready.
You can say what you want to say about Candy. You don't have to like Candy, but Candy is someone who thinks on so many multiple levels, and she operates on multiple levels. And I'm so thankful she has Speak On It. You can believe what you want to
Yeah.
believe,
She's the queen of
but
the show.
Facts are laid.
Very much so.
She's the queen of the show.
Isn't she a Taurus?
She is.
She's a Taurus. And even when Sanya,
That better not be Brian's phone.
when Sanya lied about defending her, that right there was the point of Kandi saying we're not really friends. Like you picked your side, and if you chose to be friends
When
with Marlo,
has
you picked
Kandi
your side.
defended Sonya?
She don't
Never.
need-
But yeah,
They
when
were
did she
building
do that?
but they were building a friendship at that point.
Girl, and the friendship is still new. No, I'm not defending
We
you.
don't
Who
need
are
to-
you?
So then don't call me your friend.
Okay, well, we're not friends then.
So don't cry about it.
Don't cry. So here's the thing. Candy
You
is
was gonna say
also
the same.
this whole season. Candy is taking a lot of hate about the whole entire who's my her not being a friend to Drew, her not being a friend to other ladies. Where did that come from? The whole notion that Candy is Drew's friend and has a right to be loyal to Drew. Help me understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
When Marlo and Kandi were going at it about the flowers and the nephews and the shootings at the Gucci brunch, Kandi had two cheerleaders, Kenya and Drew.
Absolutely.
Okay.
When Drew needed a cheerleader, Kandi called her an actress and said, and scene. Kandi wants everyone to be her friend and wants everyone to be loyal to her. When it's time for her to be loyal to anybody, she's not, except for maybe Kenya.
Who was Drew's loyal to in the show? Who has she been?
Well,
loyal
She
to?
Drew had
has been
Candy's
loyal
back.
to Candy.
Absolutely not.
Until the killing
Drew
scene.
was
We're-
loyal. Drew
We're
was
talking about
loyal
early
to
in the season, before
that
the
whole
kissing
wait at Beat the Bomb. Who left with Candy? Kenya
Who was
and
calling
Drew.
Marlo
That's because they
aggressive?
hate Marlo. They had a common enemy.
Yeah.
Not because she's a
Boom.
friend.
Okay, so it's giving alliance. We together, we
It's
have a
giving
common enemy,
the
and we
enemy
don't fuck
of
with
my
each other.
friend, or
when-
whatever, however the saying goes. That's what it's
An enemy
giving.
of my friend is my friend.
Yeah.
A friend
Right.
of my enemy is
Whatever. That's what it was giving. So what it sounds like is none of them were actually real friends.
They not.
Boom.
They're not.
Okay, so that's what
And
it
I think
is.
that's the reality of it, Kiki,
Yeah.
is that they're not friends, they're co-workers. And we want to pretend in this world, especially the social media Twitterati, that these women are friends, and in real life they're like 7 people, 6, in this case 8 to 6 people, who are there to get a check, who have production, give a storyboard, and say this will be one group of friends, this will be the other group of friends, and it gets good when that doesn't work, and we see the
Yes.
truth. And when it comes down to Candy and Drew, I think that they have a relationship as co-workers, and I think that Candy's the kind of person who tries to help put multiple people on. She tried to put Drew on. Drew, I haven't seen Drew do any acting in the off season. I haven't seen her casting any roles in the off
Well,
season.
her last big role was Step Up.
And so in this case, Candy I think took pity on her, gave her a role, and gave her a chance to flex her muscles in multiple meanings in multiple ways.
Right.
To have it then be used against her now, and I think that's really unfair.
Did anyone see the past?
I do feel like it's on Peacock.
I see it.
It's on
I seen
Peacock,
it.
so
Which
we
is a
need to
big
watch
deal.
it.
What you thought?
You seen it?
No.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I did.
The movie being on Peacock.
I watched it.
I heard it was good, but I haven't watched.
It's
It
music.
was good. I think there's gonna be a part 2
Oh.
based on how it ended. You just gotta watch it.
Well, I don't know. Based off this reunion, I don't know if she's gonna get recasted.
Was it better than Tubi movies?
It could have actually been on Tubi.
You know what? When
But,
I first heard about this, I thought it was gonna go
be
straight to
on
Tubi.
or like BET Plus. I didn't think it was gonna be on Peacock, but I think that was strategically done for Kandi.
She got the connections.
Well, I will say, doesn't Bravo have a thing with Peacock?
Yes.
Yeah. So
NBC.
okay, period.
Yeah. Mhm.
So here's a question. Would they have ever put this show on Peacock in the first place if it wasn't
No.
just fitting into the storyline
What do you
narrative?
mean? The past?
I don't think the past
movie?
probably would have made it to
NBC
Peacock if it's
Universal
not that good.
loves Kandi.
Kandi does have a friend though. Her and Kenya are friends, and Manetta is her friend. So she had 2 people on the show that
yeah,
were
they-
friends.
Now, Aaron says different. You said
Oh, yeah.
Kenya is sick of Kandi.
I think Kenya don't like the fact that Kandi has this interesting relationship with Bravo and NBC Universal, which is why I think she's the queen of the show.
Yeah.
She is.
She gets all the spinoffs, all the specials, all the businesses. They include all her businesses into all of her storylines.
Yep.
Her movie, the way they played it out, it was perfectly planned out because Drew has this lesbian storyline. So the movie coincided with Drew's personal life. I think that was just a coincidence. But as soon as the finale dropped, The Hall drops on Peacock, which is owned by NBC Universal, which is under the company, the parent company to Bravo. Kandi is set up. Kandi and the Gang just got renewed, and now we're hearing word
yeah.
from a reboot. So, anyways, what I'm saying is that Bravo and NBC Universal, they love. Do they not love Kandi?
Stop.
But
They
I
love
also
Kandi,
think that they-
and Kenya is sick.
Listen, let me tell you. Let me clear this.
She wants that sort of
I wanna
support from
give you
Bravo.
one clear
Nene
statement,
said
Aaron.
that a
Here's
million
one clear
times.
statement. You know what? Maybe
She
NBC
did.
Universal does
Said
love
what?
Kandi because they love talent. They love someone who is going to be honest, transparent, and authentic to themselves on reality TV, and that's what Kandi Burris delivers. Kenya Moore thinks that she should be a whole lot more than she is
Yes.
because she is
Very much
delusional and
so.
She's always been
Very
delusional.
much so.
She is the star of nothing. She would never be the star of anything. No, I'm serious. Let me explain.
Did I
Let
not
me
say
explain.
that
Let me
earlier?
explain.
She's starless?
Let me give you. She is absolutely 100% starless. Let me give you an explanation of what I mean. Let me validate my
Wow.
point.
No,
I
I'm
have
with you.
evidence. I mean, I have evidence.
can defend
Let me
your
bring my point. Let me really give a point to this. Right? There was some interview that Kenya Moore did. Maybe it was on All the Way Up or whatever that show is with the lady that used
Angela
to be
Yee.
Breakfast Club because I don't like none of them Breakfast Club.
What?
Me either.
Angela Yee's amazing.
She is.
We love black women.
I'm not saying that she is not amazing. I'm just saying that anyone associated with the Breakfast Club has taken money from Republicans and conservatives to hurt the black community, and I can't give any support to it. To anyone who's on the platform, who's been on the platform, who's been paid by the platform. But whoever she is and whatever she does, she had Kenya Moore on the show, and Kenya Moore said she pitched a spinoff where she was going to have her and it's called Kenya and Brooklyn in Paris.
Yes.
That's
When I
boring.
tell you,
Yes.
when I think
That's
of
boring.
TV that wouldn't even be allowed on the Tubi, it is Kenya Moore and her daughter Paris or Brooklyn running around Paris. Kenya Moore, if she thinks anybody would want to watch that, that indicates her level of delusion, her ideas of grandeur, and why
But
she
I
is indeed
think, could it be possible that Kenya is low key kind of like jealous
She
She
would never
is.
say it.
Absolutely.
She'll never say it.
of her best friend? Of her best friend.
Did she say she was
No, she
jealous?
said on the call
I don't-
show.
That she was
She
jealous?
said she was jealous.
She wasn't jealous of Kandi per se, but she was jealous that other people on the show got other opportunities that she never.
Marlo and
Yes.
Kandi.
But also Nene has said
What
that about Kandi
opportunities
all the
have
time.
Marlo? What other opportunities?
Well, they're
no,
saying that they're
well,
trying to make Marlo seem angelic.
Yes.
Well, Nene never said that.
No,
was
Nene did say Kandi.
No, because in that reunion, the COVID special, she said she never said Candy's name when she was talking about someone keeps getting the same spinoff show after season after season.
Well,
she
she
never
just
said
didn't wanna
Kandi,
say
and she
the
said
name.
no, and she said she had a conversation with Kandi, and she
It
was
is
like,
about Kandi though.
but she said it had nothing to do with Kandi.
Candy and Kim Zolciak are favorites of the network.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. Kim Zolciak
Nene
is a
did
favorite.
in the Carlos King show say that it was about about Kandi.
Did he?
Yes.
Did she? I mean,
But she didn't have to say it though. We know, like she didn't even have to say
Him
it.
and Kandi.
Yeah.
and Kandi have gotten the most.
She even said on that one reunion, Kim was like, "Oh, I've gotten all these spinoffs,"
that was
and
when-
Nene said, "Yeah, tell us why.
Tell
We
us
want to
why,
know."
yeah. And then she said, well, Kim looked at Andy. Kim looked at Andy.
And Kenya is the complete opposite of Kandi. Kandi is talented and Kandi is a hustler. Kim Zolciak,
It's just white.
White privilege.
She's just a white
But let
woman.
me say that
Black
Andy has always made it publicly known that Kim was his favorite.
Yes.
He's always said that.
She was very delusional too. Now,
Raise your hand if you are an Andy Cohen fan. Oh my
I'm not
God!
like-
Some hands went up.
I don't care about Andy Cohen. I mean, he's doing his.
I feel like he could be doing more, but I'm not. I don't
I don't have
dislike
a
him.
problem.
I don't hate him. Yeah,
dislike
like
him,
I don't hate Andy Cohen. He's doing his job.
The fact that tardy for the party or tardy to the party or
Tardy for the party.
Tardy
Don't be
to the
tardy for the party.
The fact that don't be tardy for the party was on Bravo for 8 seasons.
It was on there a long
And
time.
Well, apparently it was
Kandi
doing
and the
something.
gang didn't even get renewed until now when they
Yes.
didn't even
Now, but
and the fact that you had
But
Nene's
Kandi- hold on,
Wedding
hold
and
up.
all these other shows,
But
the
Kandi-
fact that you have a whole entire franchise dominated by black women, but the only person you give a spinoff to and you give them to them for 8 seasons is a white cast member.
Hold up.
That
Pause.
is the
Pause.
problem.
Well, let me
pause,
tell you
pause,
something about
pause.
white people.
Hold on, hold on,
White
hold on.
people gonna stick together.
And Bravo and
Pause.
because of it.
Pause. Kandi has had Kandi in the ski,
The ski trip.
She had her marriage.
I know.
She had when she was looking for new
I know.
artists. She had
SWV.
SWV.
Yes,
three
all of
times,
that.
twice.
Just kicking it, I know.
Right, Kandi and the gang.
And the Kandi.
Like, she
Wait,
Wait,
had
the
all-
R&B Divas, was that on Bravo too?
No, that was
No, that was
on
on BT or VH1.
no TV1.
Oh, okay, never mind. No, I'm talking about with Escape.
SWV, yeah.
Oh yeah.
that was
No.
on Be Bravo.
SWV and
Escape.
Escape.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they had multiple.
Again.
Right. So she has had multiple shows. Multiple
Yes.
shows.
Again,
Not
I hear what
one.
you're saying, but the fact that you have a show
Which equivalent to those
Party
8
for the
seasons.
Party, and she was the only white cast member to have this much money pumped into it, and literally you can
No.
tell that they were putting that money in her pocket just to keep her afloat for her what is it, gambling habit allegedly. I don't have no love for
But
her.
they did say Kim Zolciak only was getting 200K a year. Come on, Kandi making more than that. Boy.
She
Right.
is. And then again, white people are gonna stick together regardless.
Yes.
So
You know, Kiki, I gotta ask you this.
So you
right?
think? Hold up. Before you ask that, you think that the network was paying for Don't Be Tardy to stay on for 8 seasons?
I mean, what was Kim?
You ain't doing it for
What is she doing?
No, but
Well,
they have
they
views.
were saying
They had
that
the viewers.
she was getting a lot of it from the white people.
Yes.
Okay, well then there you go. Because who watched Tardy
Who
for
the
the
hell
Party?
watches it Below Deck?
It wasn't for
Right, like
That's a show on
Below
Bravo,
Deck
and
is
it's
there.
right.
Below Deck has been their highest rated
Yeah,
show.
like-
for
Right,
the
and
past.
it's that part. So I'm saying, like,
I guess it's
the
all
white
about
people,
demographic.
the white people watch
it's
it.
all about demographic.
White
I mean,
people.
there's only 2 black shows, Potomac and.
Which they also said that Andy shouldn't be doing the host no more for the black
Reunion?
For the black
I
reunions.
think that's stupid.
No, I don't agree with that. I think if that's his job, that's
Yeah.
his job.
I actually like when Nicki
But I
Minaj
also
did it for
think
I did too.
I'm
You
sorry.
I can't
hold
stand that,
him
though.
to account. Now I want to go Kiki because I know Aaron. I know Aaron. I know why he loves Sonya. But I watched your episode with him on the podcast, and you two were sitting here defending Sonya and why she needs to be on the show. What role does Sonya play
Is
on
it
the Real
Sonya or is it
Housewives?
Sanya?
Why
It's Sonya.
Oh, Sonya.
Sonya.
Okay.
Sonya Richards
Did I
Ross.
say it right?
You did.
Sonya Richards
Yeah,
Ross.
he's sitting here messing me up.
Come on, Kiki.
What role? Why do you think that Sonya should even be on the show? Because I think that she is one of the worst. I think she is the worst housewife
Yikes.
in the history of Housewives to get a second season.
The worst.
But why
Worse
am I
than Kim
wrong?
Fields?
She didn't get to get a second.
Oh,
season.
To get a second
So why am I
Okay.
wrong?
I feel like Sonya brings a sense of normacy. Is that how you say the word?
Yeah.
To the show. She's not extra. I don't think she came on there like I'm a beauty queen. She didn't come on there with a rent a boyfriend. She came on there with her authentic family life, what she's gone through. She came on there with her gold medals. Now, the first season, I was like, girl, I don't know how I feel about you. But I feel like this season, she really she fought for her peach. She stood up for
You
herself.
think she deserves another season?
I'm interested in her story now. I don't really care about. Well, not that I don't
family
care,
moved out. That was a
but
storyline.
about her. Well, I feel like her going through her pregnancy journey. I feel like how she's moving in the group now, like all that
With Marlo.
with Marlo, with Sheree, with Kenya, with all of them.
on your show, I said that she, represents what a housewife is.
Yeah, she
And you want to.
Yeah.
What sealed the deal for me with Sonya is the fact that she's not a kiss ass. She
Yes,
does not
the
kiss
hell
ass.
she is. To Sheree.
Drew was kissing ass in the very beginning of the season, and the same ass as she was kissing was exposing her for kissing girls.
Ooh.
And then you fell through. You got
That
kicked.
wasn't exposed.
And then you
That's
got
old news.
and then you got kicked out of the alliance.
didn't have an
Sonya, she could predict what these girls were about.
Can she?
Yes.
She kissed Marlo and Sheree ass all season. What are we talking about?
That's
What
not.
show is
I
you
don't
watching?
agree.
Aaron.
I don't agree.
I didn't see
I
that.
don't
Sitting
agree.
Oh my
here
God.
saying that Kandi.
And what was Monyetta and Drew doing? Drew just
Monyetta is a
stopped. Drew
friend, though.
just hopped off of Kandi after Kandi said she kissed the girl.
Yes.
Like, so
Right.
Drew
But
and them
that's
was
what I'm
doing the
saying.
same
Are you
thing.
gonna tell
What
me
ass did
Drew-
Sonya? How did Sonya kiss Marlo's ass?
No one's saying that Sonya.
She
I'm not
defended
saying
her.
that.
She defended her the whole season.
That's her real friend.
Listen,
That's who she
That's
really
not her friend.
liked.
She met her 2 years ago.
That's
Come
who
on
she
now.
really
Sorry.
liked.
You can't be
That's
friends
who
after
she
2
really
years.
liked.
1.5 years.
Y'all don't like Sonya because Sonya does not align herself with the popular Mean
No,
Girls.
I
That's
I
the
don't
bottom
like
line.
Sonya
Boring
because
than
she brings
Cynthia.
nothing to the show.
Yikes.
That's not
She
true.
let me tell you something.
What did
She's
she?
worse than Cynthia.
Okay.
Cynthia wasn't
Okay,
born.
what you gonna say, Kiki?
But she's
I'm just trying to figure out what didn't she? What did y'all want from her? Maybe
Let me
that's
tell you this.
maybe that's
substance.
a point.
Anything. Hair.
Have a point and a point on the show. Sonya Richards Ross brought nothing to
At
this
all.
show.
I don't agree.
Zero.
She is taking
had
Her
that
sister
See?
should have had the peach. Her sister
Somebody,
should have
anybody could have
How?
had it.
Why?
She
Because
brought
she was the only
nothing.
one that made any drama for her family. Like, what was her
so
drama?
y'all want to see drama.
No.
Real
Now,
life.
drama, but
I
drama
don't-
sells.
all right.
You know that.
Drama
Oh, wait.
does sell. I
I'm
agree.
not someone who craves drama from Housewives, but what I do crave is authenticity in a life.
You don't think she was being authentic?
I
This
think that she was authentic.
You think she was faking?
I think that's her real life. She's
When-
a boring woman.
I think-
and therefore there's no
yes,
room for her
that's
on
true.
the
The
show.
boring
So you think she's
That-
a
you're
boring
going so
She's
low.
a
woman?
vanilla woman. Vanilla.
You don't think
Okay.
I think she's vanilla.
No.
I think she's
So-
vanilla.
Sonya is articulate. She
is.
speaks well. She's intelligent. She's accomplished. She's a real housewife with a husband and children.
Yes.
And
Talk
she
about
does
it.
have storylines. She has money because she's the only housewife.
What's her storyline?
Beside, she's the only one that had 2 big budget events that wasn't at a selfie museum.
Child, it's stupid to
What
spend
is her
$70,000 for your
storyline?
husband's birthday party.
Stop, Aaron. What's the story like? You help me understand
Yes,
what I'm
she
missing.
She was trying to get pregnant. She had a miscarriage, and now she's pregnant again.
That
Rainbow.
A lot of
in
people.
the last 2 episodes.
A lot of people.
She launched
relate-
her Mommy
a lot of
Nation
people-
business.
That bitch.
She did her charity event
Yes.
with Mommy Nation and honored Sheree.
Oh my god.
Let me be fair. Let me be fair. You have brought up a really good point, Aaron.
Her family
and this
struggles.
is something that I think is important.
Her
to talk
family.
about.
Yes.
Is that so? You identified Sonya's storyline, which I completely missed. I missed it because it was in micro snippets throughout the season, and because of these micro snippets, some have blamed production. Production has blamed editing, but many people are saying that the problem with season 15, Real Housewives of Atlanta, was in the background of the show and not the foreground. Does anyone believe the problem lies with production and staff as opposed to the actual housewives themselves?
It's
I think
both.
it's
No.
bad.
Both.
I-
It's
Let's
both.
do a round table and we can start this time with
I'll say
CJ.
both.
You say both, explain it.
I mean, production's just not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and then they just need a new cast. Period.
What should they be doing? Because a lot of you people have sat on the internet
It's the you people for
blaming
me.
production. I don't believe that you people know what production's supposed to do.
Do you know what production is?
I do.
I do.
Really?
I
Well, then
don't.
maybe you need to get a job with Bravo.
So I'm just be honest.
I would happily replace Andy Cohen if the price is right.
Andy
There you
Cohen
go
ain't
then.
producing nobody's story.
If you know,
He ain't going
do it.
nowhere,
But
child.
Honestly.
you do blame, but back to being serious. Like, but you do say production didn't do some of the things they should have done.
Right, like cutting out scenes that should be prevalent to the show. Like that's the biggest thing right there.
But what was cut that's like
Well,
prevalent?
Kenya's.
I'm glad you said that. I was expecting it. Here's the thing. I gotta say this.
Not a bait.
Not the
A
Many-
baiting question.
It was a baiting, not a baiting. So many people have
Vocab?
said throughout the course of this season that they didn't get a chance to see Kenya Moore hair care and what that brought to the table.
We don't care.
People assume, right, Kinky, that it was going to be some great experience and great event that everybody would want to see. I don't believe that production will withhold high quality television from viewers or ratings.
I agree with
I don't believe that. They did not show us Kenya Moore hair care because Kenya Moore hair care was just as boring as Kenya in Brooklyn and Paris.
I disagree.
Wow.
I disagree
But don't
completely.
say that.
First of all, Kenya is a reality star. You can say she's starless, but Kenya is delusional, and that makes a great reality star.
I give you credit for that.
Now, do you think there was anything about that Forster event that Marlo put together?
No.
That looked like a funeral.
Yikes.
It was terrible. It was given like a book club, Oprah's book club. It was
I agree with you.
Marlo, we can definitely blame production because production, each housewife has a producer. That producer is the one helping them get their storyline together for that season. Decide what they want to show, what they don't want to show. Marlo had 12 storylines in like a 17 episode season. Like that's because she didn't have one real storyline. So every other episode is a different storyline, and they showed all of them to us. Yet Kenya was barely in any scenes. Kandi, she was in like 3 events. So that is production. It's not only about the housewives.
Okay.
And we need a new cast.
We do need a new cast.
We're gonna get to that.
Marlo need to lose her peach. We can lose Sheree.
We're gonna
Sheree
get,
don't have no
that's
substance
next.
either.
That's next. Kiki, do you agree with these men?
Okay, well,
And
I
then Aaron will
don't.
wrap us up with the final word on this question.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know too much about production. I don't know too much about behind the scenes. All I know is what I see, and from what I
What are you
seen,
pointing at me for?
from what I seen, this was not my favorite season. I thought overall, not just Sonya, overall this was just a boring season. That cash trip was super lame.
Which one?
Portugal?
All of them, Portugal and where'd I go? Tennessee.
Birmingham.
Yeah. See, I don't even remember where they went.
Birmingham.
Well, Kenya was supposed to be performing at the halftime.
Yes.
It was a episode and a half in Birmingham.
Okay, literally, like this just was not mapped out well for me. And I don't know if I need to blame production. I don't know if I need to blame Andy editing. But yeah, this season, the ladies just didn't, collectively, they didn't do it for me.
They didn't bring it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron does know a lot about the behind the scenes. He does an amazing job as a reality television commentator. So give us the real deal, like the truth of what's happening.
The real deal is the cast is the problem and production is the problem. You have, I think, starting off with production, I agree with them trying to give Marlo those 17 stories. They do some things good. I feel like
That was
they're saying.
good?
I do think it was good because I feel like half the damn cast hates Marlo's guts. So I feel like production, if I was EP, I would say let's lean into Marlo more and show a more well-rounded story around her.
Or is
Because
it
if
to
you-
make her look
if-
like she's worth the peach that you gave her that she didn't?
No, what it is if everyone hates you, let's counteract. You can't have something. You
But
can't
she
have
wants to be
a
the
reality
villain.
TV show can't be linear. You can't have the villain be the villain for 17 straight episodes. You have to humanize the villain, and if you don't,
You're
then the
right,
whole
you're right.
the whole show is like just going off on one person.
So humanizing is victimizing her?
Humanizing, victimizing her, showing another side. Yes.
I
Making
agree
a
with
fake
that to
victim
a certain
story.
extent.
No, it's not a fake victim story.
The thing with
It's
Kandi
called
and the
creating a
funeral?
story.
No, that was false.
It's called creating a story. It's
You
not
really
a false
believe
story.
her feeling bad about Kandi not sending flowers to the funeral. But yeah, she sent.
I don't combat her and her
link.
feelings. No, I believe Marlo.
But here's the question: when production
Child.
tries to humanize someone at the expense of another character, is that fair?
It's not at the expense.
It was.
At the expense of Kandi.
At the expense
And
of who?
Kandi-
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It was like 4 episodes of talking about Kandi. Was
No,
Right.
no, no,
They
no, no,
Kandi
no, no,
seem
no.
like she's a bad guy.
That whole storyline made Marlo look bad.
No,
Yeah.
it did not. Not
Yes,
Because
it
the fans
did.
saw through it,
Well,
Aaron.
the blogs that I follow.
The fans saw through what production was trying to do.
Yes.
That's what made her look bad.
But in the first few episodes, they were buying it until
we saw
Kandi came
through
out with the
that.
receipts.
If I was
right.
EP and the whole cast, everyone hated one person, I would personally, if I was Eric Fuller, want to lean into the person that everyone hates.
They all don't
We're
hate
not
her,
gonna have
though.
we're not gonna have a whole season where everyone hates one person.
So when Kenya was
That's
the villain,
crazy
did
to me.
Did they do that for
That's
Kenya?
crazy.
I agree with that
I
to a
don't.
certain extent, and therefore I think that's why Aaron should shit. Aaron should be the damn producer.
I mean,
Aaron knows
I mean,
how to
Come
do
on,
it.
Aaron.
but
Aaron
the
knows
cast,
it.
but I
Aaron
also
does
feel
how
as
to
though
do it.
the downside of it, and I liked how the fact that they
Can you hire me and Kiki to be assistants?
I like the fact that they told the lesbian storyline.
Yes.
I like the fact that she has the thing going on with LaToya. The only reason why they showed that is because the Thai thing was going to come up in the end. So it was foreshadowing.
Yeah.
There was some good storytelling. Then you had the past, which was Drew playing a bisexual person. So that whole storyline I felt like was kind of perfect, the way they
was.
told that story. Everything kind of just played in together. Now, the bad things is if Kandi is on tour with Escape, why are we not doing a cast trip to Tennessee to go see Escape perform.
Yes.
If Kenya is doing the salon, you should show the salon. They have to show the real things that they are doing.
Yeah.
Now, production is to blame, cast is to blame. Kandi and Kenya mostly. You guys have been on this show, highest paid, 10, 15 years. You guys should be the anchors.
Aaron, when you say that,
Everybody's to blame.
and I just want to also, because all the fans wanted to also say a lot. Again, I hear you guys about Kenya Moore hair care, but I also want to add in, you heard Courtney give a phenomenal interview to Behind the Velvet Rope where she talked about how abusive Kenya is to that cast and crew. I'm gonna tell
believe
you right
it.
now, if you treat me, if she treats that cast and crew
I don't.
like she treats the women on that show, I would also be wanting to slight her in every chance that I got because she's a nasty. She treats them very nasty, and I feel firm to say that if they wanted to cut her out and not show some of her better scenes, I think they're justified if she's rude to them because everybody deserves to be treated with
This
human.
this show is her marketing strategy.
She's good TV.
So I understand why she's pissed off.
They
That's
should be
the
kind.
reason why Kandi is on the show is because it promotes her business. She doesn't want to hang out with these people. She doesn't care about
Yeah.
being famous. She cares
Yeah.
about her money. Kenya is following in the footsteps of, she wants to follow in the footsteps of her best friend Kandi. Them cutting out her stuff is pissing her off, and I agree with that. But I'm also not going to be too upset with production because if it didn't contribute to a meaningful story, then
It can't be.
they have the creative license. So
But then we can pick apart everybody's storyline.
Well, yeah.
Like Sheree with the boyfriend. They're not even
That was
together.
fake.
I
That
hated
was
that.
fake.
I hated that.
That was so
Do you
fake.
think Marlo deserved her peach?
No.
I think
After
a
this
friend,
season.
if a friend has been a friend for 8 years, yes, I do believe
We
that.
were-
That
I
don't
think
mean-
she
some
should
people even
phase
say
out.
as a
No,
friend.
but we-
I honestly
We had
feel
that
like
thought.
I
We don't like
preferred
it.
Marlo as a friend. I think I like her on the show, but I feel like I enjoyed her more
As a friend.
as
She
a
was more
friend.
messy.
Right.
As a friend, like her and Nene, they were the dynamic
Tag
duo.
teaming.
They
Like,
gave her a peach because
Why?
they were struggling to have a solidified cast.
Yes.
That's the only
She
reason.
was a last minute
You was
cast.
on this show for so many years as a friend. Now all of a sudden you got a peach. I mean, make it make
Well, I mean,
sense. They
Cynthia
were
left, Portia
struggling
What's
for a
wrong with
cast.
Marlo having a peach?
It's nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's nothing wrong with that.
I disagree with you. I believe that she does deserve it. What I'm just saying is, why would they wait this long? It was already talked that they were struggling to get a cast.
But the fact that they waited
that's why
that
they
long
gave it to
means
her.
that she wouldn't have gotten a peach if certain people didn't leave.
That's
And
true.
she still would have been doing okay
That's
as a
true.
friend of the
All right,
show.
but you're the same people arguing about Sonya deserving to be on the
Anthony
show.
did a great. Earlier, you were saying, Anthony,
No.
you are advocating for a reboot, right? You want a
I am.
reboot.
But I don't want.
I don't think everybody wants a reboot. What do you want to see in this reboot?
When Aaron talked about Sonya and said she's the actual housewife and she's normal, Sheree hasn't been a housewife ever on the show,
Never.
and she never has a storyline.
Never.
Well, that's not true.
Season
You
one?
saying she's never had a
She was
storyline?
divorcing.
Was she the?
Where
Does that count?
Wait,
Because when
where has
Sheree
Sheree
was
had a
on the
storyline? Please, let's talk about it.
Never.
Where has
Her
she-
divorce. Her divorce.
Sheree was bringing it the first few seasons. Don't do
Sheree,
that.
She got
Kim,
divorced
and
in the first
Nene
season.
built this show.
No, but
Right.
Sheree, no.
Period.
We're not debating that she's a
OG.
An OG. I'm saying you said Sonya is the actual housewife and she's normal and about.
I'll tell you what
What?
Sheree did.
Sheree does
Sheree
nothing.
attempted, and I don't know if she succeeded, but she attempted. She's doing what Kenya and Kandi should be doing. This is why I'm so
Which
hard
is
on
what?
Kenya and Kandi.
Ain't
Kenya and
great
Kandi,
show.
y'all have been on this show too long. Stop teaming up and having this alliance. And actually, I love Karen Huger because she's an anchor. She plays like this mother role.
She's a villain.
Kandi has
Karen?
been on what? Kandi needs to
No,
lean into the
that's
show.
not-
Karen is a
Stop
villain.
No.
stop being so hell bent on using this platform to promote all your businesses and actually lean into a mother role. You've been here for 15
on.
years
I got-
and you're making $2 million.
Okay.
You're not an anchor. Sheree attempted to be an anchor. She
Why?
Did,
Why? Because she,
she
needed
did
to
the
earn her
brunch.
peach.
She did
That's
the
why.
brunch. She
Her
did the
She
brunch. She was
Sheree
like, I
line.
want us.
Yes.
We need a healing
But
journey.
do you think
we
that's
need to,
genuine
We need to
when
go-
she
It
rips them
doesn't
all apart in the confessionals?
What she's doing is, Sheree is a plant. She's
does
a
matter.
plant. You need a character that's going to rally the troops.
That was
if
Cynthia.
everyone is fighting and having
That
drama,
was Cynthia.
don't have
Sheree
a
is not
show.
Cynthia. Sheree is part of the drama. She talks about everybody.
And
She's
I agree with that.
She's the bone
but
carrier.
I'm telling you what she did.
about her friends.
But I'm telling you what she did this season.
No,
she
she
was the main one
tried.
crying, I want us to get along. I want us to get along. You have to
But
have
did
that
you believe
character,
that?
and I think that should be Kandi's. That's Kandi's spot,
But did
and
you
that's
bel-
why you're not sitting next
At
to
this
Andy.
point-
You're too busy trying to promote.
Yeah.
Trying to sell us. This
But-
show has been nothing but a commercial for Kandi Burrs Tucker. Be an anchor.
The best commercial, baby.
We have been watching a
hold
whole
on.
Kandi coded commercial for the last 15
But
years.
do you believe that Sheree really wanted to be like? She wanted to like get the.
It
group
doesn't
together?
matter if it's genuine or not.
Yes, it does matter.
Somebody's got to play that role. Somebody's got to do it. The oldest women
Usually play that
It
role.
should've been
usually play
Sonya.
that
Like
role.
Nene played that role. Who else has played that role?
Nene has played that role.
Cynthia was
has
the
played
whole
that
time.
role.
So that is Sheree's. That is Sheree's role on the show. She's the one that's trying
When
to get
did that
everyone
happen?
together.
This season?
It did
Because
happen
last
this
season it was all about that fast
I
line that
agree with
nothing
you,
ended
but
up
who
on the
else was
website.
going to do it? Who else was going to do it? I think it should be Kandi, but
It
she's
could
not
have been
doing
Kandi.
it.
Kandi-
She's not.
She
She's
was
too
on
busy.
tour.
She's too busy. So Sheree, as an OG,
Sheree
She
should
had
be
no
busy
choice.
with that warehouse with Sheen by Sheree in it.
So, anyone else in favor of a reboot?
Not a reboot.
Not a
I think
reboot, but
just
some
a
people do
recast.
need to
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, they
A
need to go.
recast,
They need a
and not a
recast.
total
Kiki,
recast.
Who do you want off the show?
Okay, I'm looking at this lineup right
Who
here.
will you keep? Who will you keep is better? Who would you keep?
I would keep. I would keep Sonya. And I would keep. Can I demote people?
You asked a better question. If you can,
No.
if Bravo said you could bring anybody
make
back,
your cast?
present or future, or past, present, future.
Oh,
Change my question.
that's your
Because-
question.
It's fine.
What's the question?
No,
What's the
it's
question?
fine.
What is your dream cast?
My dream cast, obviously the queen, Nene Leakes,
Hello.
period. The woman that built this house has to return. I want to see Portia back. Portia's definitely the princess. Because I love this, like, for me, I think the Nene versus Kenya and the Nene and the Portia versus Kenya, those beefs were like so iconic.
Yes.
And I love them so much. I would
They were
love
real.
Yeah, and I would love to see that again. So if I'm bringing Portia and Nene back, I feel like I have to have Kenya back.
So I was happy to allow the question to be finished, but here's the thing. Every single blogger on YouTube has asked what he just asked.
Okay.
And I don't want to ask the same thing.
Okay.
That's why I said, because here's the reality is Nene's not coming back.
Yes.
The
I
reality
know.
is it's highly unlikely that
How do you know
Portia...
Okay, I
Portia
have
can
some
come back.
realistic suggestions.
How do you know
Okay,
she's not
I'm
coming
just
back?
saying it's highly unlikely. But
Okay.
in terms of what's doable, in terms of what can happen, who can we keep? That's all I want to know, and then we'll very quickly start to wrap up.
Okay, who can we keep?
And if nobody, it's okay.
That's a full reboot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. We can
But
have it.
I want to see Sonya.
You want Sonya, you want her to be like the one person. That's okay. If that's who you.
That anchor.
It's okay.
I don't know if she need to be an anchor, but
Sonya has so much potential.
I would honestly at this point I'm looking at this cast and I'm just gonna say Sonya.
Okay.
Because I don't want to see Kenya. Sheree, absolutely not. I think Kandi needs to continue to be prosperous with her businesses. Yeah, and that's why I'm
So
gonna
based
stop.
on this right here.
Yeah. Who do you want to come back if anybody? Because it's okay. You
we
want
just
to
had this
reboot.
conversation.
You want to
My story's about to
reboot.
change now.
And who do you
I
want
need
to
to be
reboot?
consistent, huh?
You want to reboot?
I want a new cast.
Everybody.
All together.
We can keep some.
Who?
Kenya, Kandi, Marlo, Sheree.
Okay.
Sanya, friend of the show.
So keep the four.
What about Drew? Get rid of Drew?
Yes.
I would get rid
Okay.
of Drew. I would keep Marlo too.
You would get rid of Drew. So Aaron, what is your
I have two suggestions.
Give us your-
There's two ways we could do this. Keep everyone and add Portia.
Oh.
I don't really want to see none of them
She would
leave.
shake it up.
They're not really working together well right now, but keep everyone, just add Portia. Or if we're doing the reboot, recast, Kandi, Kenya, Portia as our vets. Portia brings on a girlfriend of hers. Kandi brings on a girlfriend of hers. Kenya brings on a girlfriend of hers. And that's the new Six Housewives.
Kenya
I
have
love
friends?
it.
I'm just saying, like,
love that.
Like Portia,
We can blame Claudia.
like whatever, yeah.
Let's
And I
not.
think Portia.
I love Claudia. Claudia.
If we do a total reboot, Portia, Kenya, and Kandi, and I don't really see it for Kenya and Kandi, but the only reason why I include them is they're iconic. They have, kept the lights on, with RHOA. And so I feel like if you get rid of all the big names, then the ratings are going to be like Real Housewives of New York City, and only 2 people going to be watching on Sunday night.
And that's the reality. I want to emphasize, right?
I agree with him.
Yeah,
I would only keep though Kenya and Kandi from this cast.
Everybody's talking about Bravo wants to pretend as though the Roni reboot is like a win.
Yeah.
But the ratings tell a different story. And I don't want to hear about streaming on this and this and this because we can't verify that. What we can verify are Nielsen ratings, and Nielsen ratings show that the show is getting abysmally low ratings compared to what other franchises are receiving. And anyone out there who is calling for like this full reboot and all this and all that, they're not being honest about Atlanta being a very different city and a very different franchise. Yes. People in Atlanta are loyal to people, and you don't have this level of fandom out there for any other show. And if you get rid of this cast, you are going to lose that fandom. And I don't believe that bringing in random women that no one knows and no one is invested in will be good for the longevity of the franchise. Now, it might be good for Bravo's financial bottom line, especially as we're talking about unions and we're talking about residuals. But I don't think it's something that fans, they think they want that, and some of the lesser bloggers in your field, Aaron, they may want that, but I'm fully in alignment and agreement with you that this is a show that needs to keep this cast, and they need to bring in a Portia if possible. Whatever she's asking for, give her the money, because she is going to be able to save the show. We want her. We can't get Nene. You won't allow Phaedra.
So sad.
How
So
do you
give
know
us
that
Portia.
Nene won't come back?
You think she would? No, I don't think they will let her.
I don't think they will let them.
Yeah, I think she wants to come back,
believe
but
if Monique and who was it? I just drew a blank.
From where?
Monique and Candace.
No, Monique, the actress Monique.
Oh,
Netflix.
Tyler Perry.
Oh, that's a
Not
good.
Tyler Perry. What's his name? Say it.
Lee Daniels.
Lee Daniels.
Yeah.
She could file a lawsuit, and then they come to an agreement.
She's
and
sued-
now,
she's
and now
sued
she-
Netflix.
But he admitted he was wrong.
But that's fine.
They're not
But
gonna admit that they're
years
wrong
later,
for
though.
Nene.
Well, it took years, and now she's doing.
You
want
want to see Nene back on Housewives?
100%. You know.
I want to see
course.
Nene.
Everybody does.
Anyone knows
Who
that
doesn't?
Nene-
They will get a million.
Everybody knows
views.
Nene's a good girlfriend of mine, and yes.
Oh.
Okay, period.
I just want them to do
Period.
the
She
things
needs
that's
to be
gonna
back
get
on
the.
the show.
Nene would bring in some more viewers. Kim Zol, even adding Kim Zol.
Oh, okay. Yes.
No.
I'm here for
No.
Kim.
Bring in Ralph's
No.
mistress.
No.
Yes, but
Who's
not Kim
mistress?
Zolciak.
Bring in Ty.
Yes.
Like, what happened to the days where we brought the cookie lady to the table to confront the women?
No, I agree. with
Like,
you.
Yeah.
this show needs to get messy.
That basketball.
It ain't messy enough for me.
Right.
Make
I
it
would
messy
agree with
again.
Brandy.
Well, one person
But-
that ain't gonna make it messy is Sonya.
There, and that's a beautiful place.
But you
But
know
we
what?
may have to
Sonya,
push her. We may
wait.
have to push her to
Her
that.
Anthony,
sister made her
that's
proud.
a
How much
great-
can you push her?
Let's
That's
give
family, though.
Let's
That's
give
family.
Aaron the last word, and we're gonna wrap. And so what we'll do is we will reconvene at the next reunion. Give us Aaron the final
Sonya's-
word. He's gonna give us the Sonya defense. Take it away. Let's defend Sonya Richards
Sonya-
Ross and the work that she hasn't done and will never be able to do.
It's the hate for me.
Go.
It's the hate for me.
Go.
Portia came onto this show acting. Too. With acting like a perfect Stepford housewife. And then her life went to shit. And then it started getting a little bit more real. Sonya has a cute family life, and I don't wish anyone's family to break up or anything, but she has a very cute little housewife life. So after a couple of years, we gonna start to get what's really going on in Sonya's life. I feel like it's a little perfect right now, but you have to give people time to unravel. Being on TV for a couple of more years, you will start to get the real storylines.
That's giving.
I.e. Cynthia, i.e. Phaedra.
Exactly.
Phaedra,
You have
for
to
sure.
follow their life long enough in order to capture these moments. Because now we see Nene not got a divorce, but her husband passed away. Rest in peace to Greg. Kim Zolciak is probably going through the worst times since before she popped out children. You have Eva going through divorce. It feels like once they leave the show, their lives get so interesting. Portia is having the most interesting time in her life, still in her, her taking that man.
Oh.
So what I'm saying is,
Well,
give
Portia-
Sonya some time for her life to evolve.
To fall apart.
Not to fall apart,
No.
but we are
To
going
become
to...
interesting.
If you
to
say it
viewers.
like that.
We'll say-
I'm just saying, like,
We-
you have to
we
give
will
it
see.
time.
I honestly feel like Phaedra came on season 3 very much high class Phaedra, but she did not get interesting till like season 5.
Thank you. Portia didn't
Like-
get interesting till like her 4th season.
So
I think...
Portia, to be fair,
No.
no, she's second season.
Second.
She was
yeah, by season
Second
6 she was
When she
busting
was
heads.
Princess of Thought Spotlandia, that's when Portia to me was like, oh,
But that
girl.
was the second season that she was on.
No.
Yeah, that was
She
her
was going through
second.
the divorce.
Oh,
Yeah. She came on season 5. That was
Yeah.
season 7.
But Portia came on as a real trophy housewife. She was dumb. She looked beautiful. She dressed in pageant dresses in the house. And she had a NFL player who just wanted you to look
Ex-NFL
beautiful.
player.
But he had the money. But he made the money.
He did.
And then once he didn't like what he was seeing on TV or he didn't like her to have a voice, he left her.
Well, no, he was allegedly messing with men.
I'm not going into that. I'm not getting sued.
Well, allegedly.
Alleged.
Allegedly.
Allegedly doing what?
Messing with men.
That did not come from Zach.
Hey, right.
So
I
that's
don't
a
even
great
care
place
about
to
that.
call
I'm
it
just
today.
saying.
Thank you guys. We will reconvene next week and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
It's hot.